What's going on, YouTube? OCD for EDC here. What I've got for your face balls today, we're going to be talking about a new little kit that I've put together. And here's a couple of examples of them right here. You can see we've got a few different colorways. This one is green, this one's blue, this one is black, and there's many other colors as well. But what this is a toolkit for all of your bar lock, access bars, able locks, XR locks, and just all of the bar lock style knives. And these right here are just a few of the knives that this kit will work for. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of Benchmade models. Of course, they've got the most number of models out there with access style locks. We've got a lot of different options to choose from. And you know what, since we're doing some Benchmade stuff, we'll just go with the blue one. Now, I do want to say these are available at ocdforedc.com. Right now, you can go over there and purchase these kits. They're only $20. So really good value, especially since it works on all of the access bar knives. Just to run over a few of the models that it fits, it fits everything from the Benchmade Saibu, which has a small little pivot, just like the Benchmade Bug Out, the Fact, and the 940. Those all share the same size, plus the bailout, and the Hogue Deca actually shares a same size pivot with the Benchmade Rift. And then, of course, the full size Adamas and Crooked River have a much larger pivot. The Rift, maybe it's the Aileron and the Onslaught, carry the same size pivot. I think also the RSK, I can't remember which one's which, but either way, it will fit all of these knives, plus the SOG XR lock, Seal XR, which is super cool. And so this is an extremely useful, versatile tool that will work across the board on many different brands, including the brand new Kaiser Drop Bear. Now, there might be one or two models from some manufacturer that I haven't tried out, but I can tell you that this kit covers everything you see here and a heck of a lot more. And of course the Bug Out, which I don't have laying right here, mini and full size Bug Out, mini 945. This right here happens to be a 943, but you get the picture. It works across the board. Now, what do you get inside this kit? You get multiple different little tools, and like I said, they do come all in different colors. You do not have a color option. You just get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So just know that they come in multiple different colors. First and foremost, you get the 4 sizes of pivot alignment tools. So there are 4 different models. So you've got the smallest one, kind of like a medium small, a medium large, and the large. And this covers every bar style knife that I have seen, and I'm sure some that I haven't seen. So then you also get 3 different sizes of this tool right here. Now the size variance in these is very small. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'll show you exactly what this tool is used for. You get 3 of those, and then you get this little tool right here, which is a little wedge piece. And I'll show you exactly what that's for as well. First things first, we're going to start here with the Benchmade Aileron. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start out with showing you what these little pieces right here are for. So like I said, there are 3 different sizes. We'll use the middle one. What this is this holds back your access bar and or your able lock bar, whatever you want to call it, just like that right there. So now this allows for the blade to be completely free without the access bar putting pressure. Now it does not stick through into your work area, And you can rotate this, you know, whichever way it stays out of your way, like this here. Sits fairly tight to the scale. Obviously, that depends a little bit on which model we're talking about, but there's enough clearance there to fit all of these knives. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do, is install that access bar block to hold it open. Now, you're going to want to take out your pivot screw. For those that have never done this before, if you leave the access bar pushing on the blade, it just binds everything up in the pivot. So having that, the access bar out of the way and the blade moving freely, one thing, you know, be mindful of it, because it's easy to let it fall out and then cut yourself. So make sure you hold on to it. You don't want to put pressure in, because that'll bind the pivot as well. Just let the weight, but, you know, hold your fingers there so the blade doesn't come open on you. Now, on this particular model, I know that the D shape is facing towards the pocket clip, but that's really important that you pay attention with where the D shape goes. And you'll see here that there is a work down area on the actual tool itself, and that is so you can stick that into the pivot, just like so. And then we're going to line up our D shape, and then go ahead and push this through, just like that. And now our blade, you can see, is still held on. Our pivot is still on the tool. And what this allows at this point, we can come in here. Let me grab my T6 here. And I'm just going to go ahead and take out a couple of screws just to show you how this works. Right there. The aileron's nice because it doesn't have a ton of screws in it. Trying to make this video fairly quick and painless. Alright, so now we can just pull our pivot off there, and this tool allows you, unlike most of the tools that are out there, this tool allows you to change the scales. So if you're, you know, doing a scale swap on a Benchmade 940 or a Benchmade bug out, let me throw, here's a Benchmade bug out handle. I've already got the blade out of that one. But if you're doing a scale swap on something, so you can take one scale off at a time, not disassemble any part of the actual mechanism, and just, you know, pull the scales right off, put the scale back on, flip the knife over, and do the exact same thing. Now, you will have to flip the access bar block over to the other side, because that block is engaging with the scale to hold the access bar back. So that's definitely something that you're going to want to, you know, if you're doing a scale swap, once you get one scale off, you're going to want to take this out right here and that out of there, and then just go over to the other side of the knife like so, and put it in just like that. And then now you can take this scale off and, you know, finish out your scale swap. However, if you are going to remove the blade, now what you're going to want to do there, so once you push the pivot out, you're going to want to go ahead and there's no need to flip the access bar block, but go ahead and just pull the pivot alignment tool out of the way. And now you can pull your blade out. I'm just going to set this down right there for a moment. We do have a washer still stuck in here. I'm just going to go ahead and get that out like that. Now, the other tool that comes in this kit is a wedge. I intentionally left the screws just a tiny bit loose on the opposite side. And I'm going to have to pull the clip off of here to get to this. I should have went ahead and removed the clip before I started this video. But we'll just set that guy off to the side for right now. But I intentionally left the screws loose on the other side, just a touch, you know, just like one turn out. And the reason for that is, there we go. So that's where this wedge tool comes into play. And the wedge, you'll be able to stick in the knife just like this, and just go ahead and lightly insert it. You don't have to push hard, but just lightly insert it. And what that does is it opens the knife up a little bit. When you go to stick this blade back in, your washers, it's not nearly as tight a fit. So your washers, whatever lube you're using, hopefully you're using some Slick 'em All, but whatever lube you're using will keep the washers stuck to your blade. And then when you come in here, your access bar is out of the way, and you can go ahead and get this in there without knocking the washers off. Now you can see right there, just like this. Now you can use that little work down end if you do need to line anything up. You can, just stick that much in from either side and work it around the hole to get the washers and the blade perfectly lined up, just like that. And then come through, skewer the whole shooting match just like so, and then you can remove the wedge tool, put your pivot back on, align your flat with your tool, and then push the whole assembly back in. Hopefully you guys can see this, just like that right there. My tool just popped out, my pivot's in, and I'm going to screw this right back in just so I don't lose track of anything. Okay, I'm going to shut that. Now I'm going to take my T6 and go back through, tighten up my body screws. Perfect. I'm sure I over tightened the pivot. I normally do. And now I can remove my axis lock or axis bar block. Yeah, definitely over tightened the pivot. This one was a little dirty too, so probably needs to be cleaned up, but just showing you guys how to pull them, go back together. There you go, guys. You guys can check it out. Here it is, the Benchmade / Hogue / Able Lock, Axis Lock, sliding bar lock, XR lock, maintenance and tool kit right there. Like I said, it's cheap. Selling them for $20 on the website. I'll throw a link up in the description where you can buy the tool kit as well as, all the other things that you see here. It'll come in a nice little bag just like this, along with, some stickers and other good things, OCD for EDC candies and whatnot. And you never know, my wife might throw something goofy and funny in there as well. So there you go, guys. There it is, the Hogue / Axis Benchmade, all of the above toolkit. It's available right now, ready to ship. Don't forget, you can also pick up a glass breaker delete for your Benchmade shootout. That's a super cool little mod there as well. The Benchmade / Hogue / bar lock toolkit is a must-have if you have Axis bar style locks. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm out of here. Peace.